Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dr. Andrew Kim M.D. and today's video is on how to spot medical treatment scams. So if you stay with me through this video, I'm going to provide 5 quick tips on how to help better protect yourself and your loved ones from potential medical treatment scams that you run across. So first of all, what do I even mean by medical treatment scam? I'm talking about those ads that you've probably seen before on your social media feeds, on the internet. These are ads that are claiming that their product, their drug, their supplement or device is a miracle cure, that it can provide instant relief and cure chronic diseases and disorders that standard of care has not been able to provide. Okay? These companies make these sensational and miraculous claims, and unfortunately at the end of the day, the vast majority end up being either half-truths, unproven or untested products, and oftentimes flat-out lies and scams designed to take advantage of desperate people, of their desperation and their hopes in order to make a quick buck. Okay? You've probably seen some of these ads before, some that come to mind that I literally saw today. Look at our nanotech pain patch. Put on this patch and it'll take away those years of chronic pain instantly. We have our dietary supplement that was discovered by ancient natives in the Amazon rainforest, and it's in the bark of Amazon trees only, and if you take this, it balances out your energy and your anxiety melts away. These are the types of scummy ads that I'm talking about, okay? Why am I making this video? Because as you can see, I get really worked up, really upset when I see these predatorial companies preying on vulnerable people. Okay? These are folks with chronic and serious medical issues, mental health issues, addictions, chronic pain, and these companies are master manipulators, targeting these folks specifically to prey on their hopes, to prey on their desperations for pure profit, to peddle you snake oil and lies, and that needs to stop. Now look, is this some kind of brand new problem? No. Snake oil salesmen have existed for generations on radio ads, magazine, TV ads, but the scope, all right, and the precision with how they can target vulnerable people is like never before. Okay, with the power of the internet and the power of social media, these social media platforms know what you're searching for. They know what you're Googling. They know what kind of content you're browsing through. They even know to some degree some of the content in your emails. So it's like they've given these predator companies, these scumbag companies, a roadmap and a directory of vulnerable people. Here are vulnerable people that are most likely to click on your ads that you could take advantage of. Okay? And this is why it's a huge problem. Look, social media and the internet are not going away. They are here to stay. So for me to just say, don't ever use Facebook again, it's not realistic, okay? We have to educate ourselves because at the end of the day, we are responsible for our own decisions, all right? So we need to educate ourselves in order to protect ourselves and our loved ones from these scumbags, okay? So I'm gonna give you 5 quick tips on how to better spot an ad that may potentially be a scam or a lie or snake oil, okay? So quick tip number 1, if it sounds too good to be true, unfortunately, it probably is. And I know that's just kind of an age-old adage, but it's so true, okay? These companies, they are so good at being sociopaths. They want to tell you what you're desperately hoping to hear. We have your answer. Okay, we have what you're looking for. It just costs $99.99 with automatic renewal. Okay, like take for example, if this instant pain relief patch were so great, why haven't we cured chronic pain in the world? Why haven't we cured the opioid epidemic in America? Why aren't doctors and hospitals prescribing this left and right? Why aren't more people pain-free? It's because it's a lie. It's a scam. They're taking advantage of you by selling you a miracle cure that doesn't exist. Tip number 2, be skeptical of the terms clinically tested or clinically proven. Okay, clinically tested, clinically proven. A lot of these products, a lot of these scam artist companies, they use those terms on their websites. And you're like, oh, it's been clinically tested, it's been clinically proven. Those terms mean nothing. They mean nothing. What they wish they could say is that they are FDA approved Okay, when a device or a drug is FDA approved, it means that it's gone through rigorous clinical trials to prove its effectiveness and safety, and the FDA feels that the benefits outweigh the risks, that this is worth allowing doctors to prescribe or patients to use in the community. Okay, that's what FDA approved means. Now they're hoping to confuse you, and they want to confuse lay people by trying to make those interchangeable terms. And they say clinically proven, clinically approved, clinically tested. And those terms are meaningless. Those are meaningless terms without any context. For example, if I said, I have a theory, this person is anxious and having a panic attack, I'm going to say, eat this delicious bag of M&Ms. And by the time you finish the M&Ms, you're going to be calmer. And if they end up being calmer, I'll say, oh, that's great. And I can claim I've clinically tested and clinically proven that this works for anxiety. Maybe I should just prescribe M&Ms to all of my patients with anxiety disorders. Okay? That's what I mean. Those terms are meaningless. You actually have to find and dig through how did they test it? What did they test? Okay? Don't get fooled by the terms clinically tested or clinically proven without more evidence. Tip number 3, don't confuse the terms FDA registered versus FDA approved. Now this applies a little bit more to devices like wearables, technologies. Basically these companies, again, they're trying to pull a fast one over you, and they're trying to convince you that something is FDA approved, but they're simply FDA registered, okay? Look, FDA approval is not the holy grail, okay? There are things that work for certain diseases and disorders that are not FDA approved, like melatonin is technically not FDA approved for insomnia, but for certain types of insomnia and for certain people, there's been enough studies and research done to prove that it can be effective in certain cases. So the FDA approval is not the holy grail of all things, but it's the fact that these companies are trying to fool you into thinking that their product is FDA approved is what drives me crazy, okay? Again, being FDA approved means it's gone through clinical trials, studies, and the FDA has reviewed them to say that the benefits outweigh the risks and it's safe enough to prescribe or use. FDA registered simply means the FDA knows that this product exists and they know which company this product belongs to. It's like putting yourself in like a directory listing. They say, oh, this herbal supplement belongs to company A. That's FDA registered. It's meaningless. So don't get fooled when they're trying to make you think that it's FDA approved when all they're saying is they're registered in a directory. Quick tip number 4, don't believe the narrative of hospitals and doctors don't want you to know this secret. Hospitals and doctors don't want you to have access to this. That is a load of crap. And this goes back to my point that these scumbag companies are master manipulators. They understand the people they are targeting typically have chronic issues that are either difficult to treat or have no cures. Okay, so what does that mean? That means these folks have dealt with years of frustration, of letdowns, okay, of emotional or physical suffering, financial suffering from spending on doctor's visits, on treatments, okay? There's frustration, there's hopelessness, there's dejection, there's anger, okay? And they take those emotions and they use them against you. They use your own emotions against you. They say, let's act like we're on their side. So they pretend to be on your team. Screw those doctors, screw the hospitals. They just want to profit, they're milking you, they're against you, they don't want you to actually get better. They're withholding the real truth, the real cure. We've got it, we're on your team. Forget them, come to us. That's what they're doing. They're manipulating and using your own emotions against you. Don't be manipulated. And look, I'm not saying this because I'm saying doctors and hospitals are noble, okay, and we're so moral. Think of it from a logical perspective. Successful hospital systems, okay, those big, successful, profitable hospital systems, what are they good at? They're good at staying in business. They're good at making money, okay? Like when MRIs or CAT scans pay a lot, they do more of them. When knee replacements pay a lot, they do more of them, okay? They're in the business of making money and staying viable, all right? So if these treatments and these so-called cures were that effective, trust me, the hospitals and doctors would be pros at cornering the market and monopolizing the market on these things. And they would kick these tiny scumbag companies out of the way, and they would monopolize and milk the hell out of that treatment. So I'm not even trying to say that doctors and hospitals are noble, okay? I'm saying think about it from human nature and with logic. Hospitals would find a way to profit off of that treatment as well, okay? So don't buy into this narrative of it's us versus them, we're on your team. Crap, they're manipulating you. And tip number 5, you need to understand what the placebo effect is. Placebo effect, okay? First of all, what is a placebo? A placebo is basically an inactive drug, an inactive device. It does nothing. It doesn't actually treat any kind of disease, symptom, or disorder. It's just an inactive thing. It's like a fake pill, a sugar pill. So the placebo effect is real. People can get better with just the power of belief and positivity in some cases, or at least get some relief, even if it's temporary. So why am I going on the soapbox? Because what I'm saying is you are going to run across these companies and say, look at all our personal testimonies, okay? On the message boards, you're going to see people that say, it worked for me. I don't know what you're talking about, Dr. Kim. And I try to warn people, and I get bombarded with people. You're an idiot. You call yourself a doctor. You're part of the conspiracy to not let us get treatment. And they say, it worked for me. It worked for my sister. It worked for my cousin's friend's daughter. Okay, but those are just stories. Those are just testimonies of random cases where supposedly someone got better, okay? The reality, though, is all of these folks want this to work, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying believing and wanting something to work. I think that's great. We should be more positive. We should have optimism, but we also have to be realistic, okay? And these companies love using these testimonies and personal stories to almost act like these are facts or scientific proof that these products work, when in reality, the power of placebo is so strong. Some folks want this to work so bad, they'll convince themselves that they're better. It's just the reality. The problem is, I don't even like using the term placebo effect when it comes to scam products, because, again, a placebo means it's a harmless pill, a harmless device. These products are not harmless. People are spending their hard-earned money and wasting it. People are putting their faith into these things, and you may actually be pushing off or foregoing legitimate medical treatment by putting your faith and trying out these products. So to me, it's even worse. Okay, it's not harmless. There is harm in trying out some of these scammy products. So here are my final takeaways. Number 1, you need to educate yourself. Okay, like I said, look into these products, talk to your physician, talk to your licensed qualified medical professional, ask them their opinion. Maybe they don't know anything about this, maybe they do know something about it, but you need to look into this. Don't take these companies' word at face value, okay? Like I said, some of these products actually have studies that they've done, but when I dig deeper, I find out their study was like 8 people. They didn't have a control group. They didn't even compare it to a control group. They just said, hey, it worked in 8 people. It's good enough for the entire country to use, okay? You also have to understand, just because someone is published is meaningless. I can go on Google right now, and I can find 100 medical journals that will publish whatever I give them as long as I pay them a fee. So being published doesn't mean much, okay? Saying you have studies doesn't mean much unless they're good quality studies, all right? And look, when it comes to these companies, how do they get away with this? Many of them walk a gray line and are making medical claims they're not allowed to, but they understand that the FDA is undermanned and they don't have the manpower to find every fly-by-night scam artist company. So they're just like, we're going to milk this until we get caught, okay? Other companies, they find a way to find loopholes. They promote themselves and say, we're a dietary supplement. When you say you're a dietary supplement, Okay, you don't have to go through FDA testing. Okay, you don't have to get FDA approval. So they find this loophole and they say, oh no, we're a supplement, we're a dietary supplement, but we're going to make all these bold medical claims and say it cures this, 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 and this. And you've seen it. You see it at your pharmacy shelves. You pull out the bottle, there's 10 claims, medical claims. But they find a loophole and say, we don't need to do all that testing because we're a food product, right? People find ways to skirt laws and skirt regulations to screw you over, okay? You need to protect yourself. You are in control of protecting yourself. My final takeaway is this. Look, I know I sound kind of harsh towards social media. Social media and the internet have done positive things for our society. I am not against profit. Businesses need to profit to stay viable, to provide services, okay? But I am against enabling predators on your platform to specifically target vulnerable people and take advantage of them and rip them off and potentially do medical harm, potentially cause medical harm with the products they're peddling on your platform. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all you guys, internet websites who have advertising platforms, you need to do a better job of screening what advertisers you're allowing. Don't give me that excuse of, well, we don't have the manpower, we have to use software and bots. No, do better. Do better. And don't let your platform be a vehicle for predators to screw over, rip off, and potentially harm the users that you claim you care so much about. Okay? Thank you for listening in. I hope that you found this informative. Okay, I hope you found this educational. This is Dr. Andrew Kim. Educate yourselves, advocate for yourselves and your loved ones. Be careful out there. Dr. Andrew Kim, signing off.